It's not what I wanted to do at all. Shit. Welcome, guys. How are y'all? I know you haven't seen us in a while. We've been pretty busy.
And sick.
And sick as well. Phoenix, welcome. We're doing pretty well. We're going to show off what we've been working on. So that should be pretty fun. Yes, this just started. Mistress, how have you been? Anthony the Magician, what's up? Dark Templar, welcome. Glad you guys can make it out for a little sneak peek. We got some pretty exciting stuff for you guys. Nothing special going on. Why not, mistress? You need to make something happen. What do we got? No, these are not stickers.
What's up, y'all? Welcome. Oh, let me pull up my chat so that I can interact with some of you.
We'll make some chicken legs today. That sounds amazing.
I'm gonna turn notifications off for right now, just so that if I want to put this up on YouTube or deliver this to the licensors or anything like that, I can still do that. The stream is gonna last for a while because once we're done with this, oh, actually, we're gonna go and eat. But then I'd like to do Rambo, the board game.
Oh
stream for Rambo, and then after we're done with that, then we'll probably stream a horror game. I got a code to. So we'll be streaming for a while, but off and on because I'm getting super hungry. Yeah. So Can you flip that view
Yeah.
screen for me, Joe? See what's going on over there. So, are you guys hearing music?
I am. That better? Or no? Huh? Oh God! That moved. This is the camera. Yeah. It's,
Yeah, put light in the damn
Here.
camera.
what about this one? I'm gonna do this one.
You can do what one? That one?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that one. Hey guys, hope you're having a good day today. Welcome to the stream.
Is that good?
I don't know. Can you plug this in? Yeah.
Bam! Fixed.
Ah, nice. Good job, Joe. So are these Street Fighter figures commissioned by you? Yes. I've been working with a sculptor, Hector Moran. He's
Oh, that's a
on
good one right
Twitter. We got some sculpts here. This one's done by Thomas Lishman, but here's a Hector miniature, which is really cool. Cool. I've got multiple cameras, so I can actually kind of show you. Let me move this around. Is this the Joe cam that I just moved?
No, that one is me.
This one?
Yes.
And then this one is okay. So this one isn't on.
Nope.
So if I bring that down. I can kinda
Careful with
show
the
you.
arm.
Yeah.
It's been played around
Yeah,
with too
it's
much.
a lot of
We've had it
prototype
for a while.
stuff, yeah. If I can get these going. Yeah. So anyway, there's
They
some
look
of the
amazing.
miniatures.
Yes. They are.
But okay, guys. Hey, what's up? Flip the view screen around for me.
Yeah.
OJ Chun-Li model.
I need to work on my legs
We
more.
need it. I don't think Capcom will allow us to offer an alternate skin.
That would be pretty cool though.
A Jackie Chan Chun-Li and another Joe Chun-Li.
I'll dig it.
Yeah. All right. So Jasco sent me these. So one of the more unique things about our game is. Oh, hey, welcome guys. Angry Joe here. I'm showing off just some game development stuff behind the scenes on the board game I've been working on, the miniatures game, Street Fighter. And we've got other licenses and other things coming up too. But one of the more unique things about our game was the 3D terrain. And I really wanted to just have the most amazing table presence. You know, when you go to PAX South and you go to PAX East, and you see people playing games. And,
Yeah.
and some games, you know, they're like, whoa, what is that? I want people to come over and see, what is that, you know? So...
This is definitely gonna turn some heads.
Yeah, pre-painted miniatures, 3D terrain, beautiful art. I think it's gonna turn heads. However, I've never done it before. Did you just break this, Joe?
I did not
Just
break it.
now.
I didn't even
Did I
touch
push
it.
this over? We already completely damaged the 3D terrain. Look at that. Anyways, but that was probably done in shipping. The way these are printed on the mats here, it would be a lot closer in. So this is all live. So if I curse or freak out,
Bear with us.
Bear with us because that's a normal process of game development over the course of these past 2 years. So they sent us some stuff. What is in here? So I think this is one company.
One some sculpts.
Yeah, these are some different companies that we have
Yeah, those.
looking at. and I don't want to show those because I don't want to give away what company what production company that is. But they gave us a lot of extra figures just to show us the quality that they can hit. Oh, I've seen those before, but these are from a different company that we decided not to go with, and you can kind of tell, you know,
Yeah.
in terms of color, you know, which. So this is the one that we decided not to go with because just the pre-paint is not a good quality. That's like HeroClix or lower, and I wanted something super premium. Now, obviously, both of these look a lot better in person, but yeah, we were like, okay, well, let's not go with them. So we were pitting 4 companies against each other, and now it's just the 3 companies. But what's interesting is they can't really hit the pre-paint. Let me see if I can. Oh, is my stream deck not on?
Yeah, it's not on.
I didn't plug it in. But they can't hit the pre-paint, but man, can they hit the sculpt? Look at how detailed this sculpt is. And it made me like, because, you know, these days, sculpts are really detailed. You look at some of the other competitors out there on Kickstarter, we can hit that. We can hit that, and that's proven right here by the company we're, you know, not going with. So all these other companies can definitely hit it. Wow. This makes me think that maybe we could even do unpainted minis, you know? It's just, I've been saying pre-painted this whole time, and I think that it's a little bit cooler and better. Especially, you just open up the box, boom, you got miniatures, and you can play with them. So the idea was sort of amiibos. We're including basically amiibo-sized minis, as you notice here. There's our Zangief, there's our Ryu. Amiibo-sized miniatures. Our base is going to be different in the final version, but so you're like getting 6 amiibos right out of the box, 8 amiibos if you pledge on the Kickstarter, and then you unlock free, you know, things as you go along. But anyway, super nervous about this, Joe, because I've never done 3D Train before in my life. I'm just like, that seems really cool. I want it. Let's see if it works live on stream.
So we just got these in, all right? So
we just got these
we
in.
might not know how to put it together.
We don't know how to put it together. That's why we make the rules, right?
Shit.
Okay, so I'm gonna push these aside. So here is the boards.
What's
Now
it look for?
I'm just about it. I got it. I'm looking for the old design just so I can show people how game production, you know, goes. So here is the first map we started with. Pretty beautiful. I mean, this would have been fine, and I would have went to production, and I'd have been like, wow. So you got the little dojo here. It's supposed to be sort of like a dojo in Japan, inspired by a cross between Ryu and Ibuki's Street Fighter levels. So you got your dojo here, you got your river, you got your bridge. And the idea was to put cherry blossoms, because I don't know if you've been to Japan yet.
Oh, yeah.
You have?
Oh, yeah. Love it.
I'm jealous. The cherry blossoms are so beautiful. So this was the initial design. But, you know, being me and the perfectionist and Angry Joe is like, this is good. Can we do better? So then I commissioned this artwork and printed this out on my own with boardsgamesmaker.com.
Bam, look at that.
Look at that. So
night and day.
It's more detail in the stuff here. Let me see if I can get this camera. So you've got sort of, you know, your bridge, and then you've got your kind of leaves on the floor and your water, and then you come and you get to this, and you can tell the leaves are far more detailed, bridge is far more detailed, but the biggest difference is in the dojo. Look at that dojo right there, and compare that dojo with this dojo, and you can see kind of the difference. So always improving, always better. You know, if we're gonna be in production, you always want to make the game better. That's the thing about game development, is literally you can. I understand so much more now from the other side, as being a reviewer, as being a game maker, and now being both.
Oh yeah.
You can never finish this game. I could
That's
literally
never going to be perfect.
never
You always
finish.
want to tweak it.
Right.
We had to stop you.
Like,
hey, we have to do this now.
You have to do this, Joe. No, I want this, and and I want this. Yeah,
This guy wanted real water. We said no. Said no. Enough is enough.
Real water. So yeah, this is our video map. And then the idea was that you've got these 3D terrain pieces, so then you put down in specific spots on the map. You've got your trees, right? And then your rocks go down there. So this is the 3D terrain idea, and this is, you know, kind of what we got.
And put the fighters for the full
fighters.
experience.
Full experience. So say you've got that going.
Bam.
Right, and so then as you're fighting, you can, you know, get people into positions where, let's say, you know, Zangief does that double lariat, and he can slam people into the rock, slam people into the tree, and do some extra damage. And what that does is that allows new strategies and new things. And because my philosophy is, you know, it's Street Fighter, it's great, but you can just play the video game. Let's play Street Fighter in a way you've never ever played it before. So we've got versus. We've got multiplayer, 4-player. We go all the way up to 6-player.
Which was very chaotic, but a lot of fun.
It is amazingly fun. When I was making this game, like, free-for-all, I thought it was going to be a disaster. You know what I mean? But it turns out free-for-all is, like, one of the most fun modes in this game. It's because in the rulebook, I encourage table talk, right? So you have to like plead for your life. Why are you attacking me? Don't attack me. I'll tell you what, if you don't attack me, then I'll do this. But then only one can win. So as it's getting closer, you're like, well, you have the most life. How much life do you have? How much life do you have? And you go around. So it's super fun like that. All right, so that's the whole idea behind it. So let's see if, oh, okay. So this company, I don't know if I should name them, but it's one of the companies that I'm hoping that they nailed it so that I could be like, let's do it, you know. So let's look. This is their board version. Oh! Okay, so obviously this is just something I printed out, you know, at BoardGameMaker.com, like a little pre-prototype. This would be the final version, and I can already tell it's a little bit better quality. So this, I think, is just a matte finish. I would want to go with a linen finish. I think the linen finish is kind of a little bit better. So, but look, it's double freaking sided. So you can do 2 boards. It's the same size. Now, oh, interesting. Okay, so I'm not used to that. I'm always used to this little border, this little black border being here. But here, there's no black border. So I might have to reduce the size of the design and maybe put some black art, or maybe just get used to this. Obviously it surprised me, right? But maybe this is actually for the best, because it just ends right here at the edge. You see that? Instead of there being like, I don't know, kind of a border for people to understand.
But it's nice. I really like this.
It's nice. Now I printed the 3D terrain on here just for prototype purposes, right? But obviously these are lanterns, rocks, and the cherry blossoms, which should be in this pack, so we'll see that eventually. But I think it's cool that I always want to get the most for your
boy Zangief.
Want to have most for the money, and that is double-sided. So there could be like 4 stages. If you put 1 map, there's 2 stages. 2 maps, 4 stages. But yeah, it's good. It lays flat. This pops up a little bit, but you know, I've seen some really bad maps in my day playing a lot of board games. So that would be the Zangief map. There's the Ryu map, and let's go with our boy. This is one of the most impressive ones. Guile. Gotta have Guile. Oh, the airfield. What do you think, Joe? What do you think about the edges? Should we kind of reduce things and ask for a little bit bigger edge? So the miniature fits in perfectly. So our bases are 58 millimeters wide, and it fits perfectly with some space to spare. So if we wanted to shrink it just a little bit to give an artificial edge, we still have some space to do that there. Again, I printed the terrain on here, but in the final version, that won't be the case. In fact, I've been using, I wanted to do 3D terrain, so you've got yourself a 3D boombox. Because everybody knows There's a boombox on God. Like, I'm a huge Street Fighter fan, and as I've been developing it, I've become like a Street Fighter fanatic. So I want to make sure that this is super accurate and up to par, up to the level that Street Fighter deserves. So all right, so let's see how this stuff worked out. We're gonna do the Guile stage last because it's the most complex.
You want to
I
check
got
the other
freaking rocket racks. I've got boom boxes. I've got
That's a
military
lot.
cranes.
That's gonna take us a lot.
That's a lot. So we'll save that for. Oh, there's one more map you didn't see, but I'm still working on this map. I don't think I'll offer it in this version. This is, if y'all can guess who this is, whose map that is. I might switch this to a classic arcade mode if we can hit that goal on Kickstarter. Classic arcade is going to have the game just be, one space wide because you're going to get knocked into the water a lot, and we don't know if that's a good play experience or a bad play experience. It's certainly a different play experience.
Yeah.
And you definitely want to provide your players with as many different, play experiences as possible to add value there. So, okay, so let's fold these bad boys up. Did I do
The
this
other way.
one wrong?
Yes, you did. That way. That way.
All right, Joe, set those aside.
Taco Loco. Yes, it is Ken. And Weird Wolf. Got that right. So now the hard part.
Yeah, let me get some of that over here. All right, so we're gonna do the Guile stuff last. That's where that popped out from.
Yep.
So right away, first impressions. Holy crap! Am I gonna be able to fit all this into a single box? Like, I know that it's spread out here just because it's prototype version, right? But I asked them to make these large. I maybe can go down a size. Give me the Rising Sun box. I wish I had the Jasco Games Mega Man box. Actually, Joe, can you grab the Jasco Games Mega Man box from my bedroom?
Yeah.
And we'll see if this can fit in that box.
I'm gonna say no.
You're gonna say no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want to see how. Oh no! No! The company didn't give me the Ryu stage, man. The Ryu stage is what I wanted the most. So, like I said, doing this live, you come to obviously ugly realizations. So I don't have the Ryu stage terrain, Joe. Bastards! God darn it! This is the Balrog stage design, if anybody can recognize that.
Yep,
You got palm trees
casino.
and you got the thing. God darn it, I wanted the Ryu stage so bad. That's the one we play on the most for playtesting purposes. Alright, making me mad. So obviously this is too big. This doesn't fit into this box. And neither does this.
Yeah, I could have told you that.
But if you condense a lot of these things down, it might.
How much?
Alright, so let's just pop the Balrog out. Okay. I can already tell the quality of their pop outs are fantastic. Like, this is perfect. This is any other board game I've ever played. So I'm excited. Popping these out for the first time. That feels good. Palm trees for Vegas, which actually Jasco Games is in Vegas. Now I was a little rough with that one, so.
Yeah, you were.
Well, we probably shouldn't be popping these out willy-nilly, right? Some probably go with some, and there's no instructions, obviously. We have to make
I got
those.
it figured in.
Let me see.
I figured it out.
You figured it out, Joe? Yeah. Boom. Joe's making it. Make it on camera. Let me see.
Ah.
Like this? No, these are two bottom pieces.
You're ruining my palm trees.
Don't set them up where I'm popping things out.
Some distance.
I'm so mad, Joe, right now. Like
That you didn't eat cherry blossoms?
That they didn't give me my cherry blossoms. But all right. cherry blossoms are gonna be so beautiful. Is it like this? Okay, so let's just look at the design there. So this looks beautiful. The only thing that concerns me is this little sharp edge up here. You can poke people. Yeah, the fit is very loose, extremely loose, but these might not go together. Maybe there's a different design for one. Is the fit loose for you, Joe?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, this is the first time they're doing 3D terrain too. So unacceptable in the fit right now. However, the concept works. You know what I mean? Like, it looks beautiful. Now we just need to ask them to get that fit real tight. And what you do, I think, is make that smaller. But I think that they said that's the smallest they can go. Well, then how does everybody else do their 3D terrain? Let's look here. This is from a game called Photosynthesis. And it's actually kind of loose. It gets loose over time.
Maybe we just need to make these smaller.
Well,
Maybe too big.
the problem is that palm trees are super tall. So yeah, this one didn't work. This one isn't actually going all the way to the bottom.
Here, try this one.
Is it a different design? Let me see. Can I see that?
Yeah. Because this one also didn't fit. The same?
Yeah. They are exactly the same. So why does some fit and some don't? We'll have to figure that out. Let me see. Okay, you went up top. Yeah, they're different designs. So we've got some different designs. So maybe that's it. So this actually goes over here though, maybe. Yeah. Okay. And then, remember, we don't have an instruction manual. We wouldn't be opening these things willy-nilly. You would do that. But yeah, the fit is still loose and it has me super concerned. Like, can they make this fit tighter? But it works. And then these we're going to, this one doesn't work because it's
Yeah.
and then these are going to be, you know, the two casino things, and we provide the little plastic inserts. I have that from, you know, I have several games that use those. What one can I think of right now that uses it? Whip out Star Wars Rebellion.
Whoa.
I think of some other games that use those little standees. So I haven't been looking at chat because I've just been narrating. Give me a second to answer your concerns or questions. Okay, so these are the stands we were thinking about using. Something very similar to that. Fits very nice and snug. This very nice and snug. So I wish I could show you my Balrog map. In fact, I think I do have my. Or is that one of the maps that didn't get printed? Let me check.
Pete, welcome. Dr. Evil. Pleasure. I don't remember it.
You don't remember the Balrog stream? Yeah, I'm not sure I have it. Here's a big old pack of. What is this, Mortal Kombat?
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe it might be hiding in here. Scorpion.
Mistress says she'll trade you some cookies for a copy of the game.
Yeah, that's not going to be a fair deal for me. Are these DBZ?
Yep. That one looks so good.
That one is amongst the best.
We should show
and that
them.
one and the Planet Namek are among the best.
Nah.
I like Budokai. I just got to do stuff with him. The Tenkaichi Budokai tournament stage. I guess we didn't print. We don't have a Balrog stage. All right, that's fine. All right, so these worked out perfect. All right. The concept of these work out, but the fit does not. How do I get the fit to work? And why does the fit work over here? I think I understand why this is crooked now. I've always wondered, why is this crooked? And I think it's actually to give added stability, to grab up on it, because theirs are as wide as ours are. In fact, theirs are almost a little wider. So that little crookedness actually, yeah, see, it kind of, you're running against it, and then you click into place. This one doesn't have that because you would need that to happen up in that range. So yeah, 3D terrain is a lot harder than it seems. At least for new designs. Nobody's ever done a freaking palm tree before. Everybody knows how to do these because everybody does them now, and we just copy each other. But okay, so that was that. But yeah, in order to get 6 of these,
Man.
I how many trees do I got? 2, 3, 5 trees? Supposed to have 6.
Bam. This one
that.
didn't fit.
So in terms of trying to take the least amount of space, you would do something like this. And can you give me that?
Which one?
Those poster boards under everything.
These?
How many palm trees can we fit? Not those. Those. This.
Oh.
Okay, so this is like a standard punch board. This punch board we'd probably have to get a little bigger in ours. Can you grab a ruler?
Mm-hmm. I don't think. Maybe 4.
So 2 trees. Yeah, you could get 2. And then you maybe something over here. So you just turned off, or somebody turned off. All right, this is, how many inches is this? 11.5 inches, yeah. So this is about as big as the counter sheet that I would do. And I can only fit 2 trees on at a time. Shoot. Woo! 3D terrain, a lot harder than I thought. We might have to go 2D on the palm trees. It is not on. I don't hear you anymore. Y'all hear Joe? What did you do? I just heard it pop and it went out. Channel B5. Say something? No, it's not picking up anything over there. Let's grab a different unit. Did one of our mics just die? No, now it's working, Joe. You just needed to reset that. You must have
I
hit
traded.
You trade it?
Yeah.
Okay. Shoot, maybe one of my mics have gone out. Alright.
Ugh.
Alright, so got some work to do on the Balrog stage. Got some theory crafting to do. This worked out fine. So this though. Man. That is a lot of elements. Okay, let's try to do this. So, I'm going to assume that they put the box in a row. That's what I would do, so that the players know. And I would print box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4, boom box. Right?
Okay.
All right, let's go box 1. Simple. Take it one box at a time. Now, the inspiration for these, I think only 2 people have ever done this in board games. I've seen it in Crossmasters, and I've seen it in one other game, and I don't remember. And I don't know, the assembly is freaking hard. So you would have to show the instructions for sure. So let's see, you get these 2 sides. And basically, you put together a little jigsaw puzzle. So you stand, let me see if this is standing on end. So yeah, you stand this on end right here. That you find the bottom of the box. Got it. You put this one, is it this one here? And you put that on the outside there. We would need an inside and an outside. So I can already tell that you would want to print the inside of something black, just so that players don't get confused which side is inside and which side's outside. Okay, so already this is helpful. Okay, and then you would keep building the box, keep building the little puzzle, and these puzzle pieces should naturally kind of jigsaw in together, but it's going to be a snug fit, and it's supposed to be because they will all hold each other in place. You see? Boom. Okay, this is kind of working, but it's almost like you need to do it all at once or one at a time, right? Okay, so we got that, and then what? Oh, I did it, Joe. We
First
did
try.
it. We freaking did it. We have a crate.
1 crate, 6
You
more to
have no
go.
idea how happy that makes.
6 more to go.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Alright, so this one works. Joe, I just want to marvel this a little bit. Where's the mat? Give me the guy on that.
Pow.
Yeah, Nintendo Labo. This is the feeling y'all are going to have when y'all are making stuff. And what some people do is they kind of put glue on it in order to make it a little more stable. So you got your thing right there. Boom.
Destruction.
Nice. Make me happy. Get in the candy shop. Alright, let's try these other things. The most complex.
Do the boombox.
The boombox, I don't think is gonna work because nobody's ever done a boombox.
Try it.
It looks too complex. Alright, so you got the little boombox handle. Boom. You got boombox piece 1, 2. What the heck? The boombox. Why did they give me 2 boomboxes? I only wanted 1 boombox.
Give you another
Look,
And
you know what
another one.
happened? Oh my god, man. You can't trust these people to do anything right. I gotta send 15 emails, and it sucks because this dude's in Colorado, and he was telling me how cool the project was. But these 2 should have been the Ryu stage. Notice how they doubled it. Bastards! Alright. Okay, so, boombox. I knew there was way too many, guile stuff. Okay, boombox. This is completely black. So this has got to be the bottom, and then I'd print on there bottom, you know, because if you're not gonna see it, then there's no reason. And then this is the back of the boombox, so you put that on the back. This is the front of the boombox. We got the little tape player. The art is good. So we're good on that. But because it's so small, this is gonna be like a bit of a pain in the ass. And then, how do they do the handle? How are we gonna do the handle? Okay, so then we got one side of the boombox here. Okay, it's better to just use this. Man.
I think the handle just fits.
Should
right
I go
here.
2D terrain on everything? Okay, that worked. And then I can already see people complaining about doing this because when you're an adult and you're building and you're like, ah, man, did my fingers. Okay, so that side worked fine, but I'm seeing a problem with this piece over here.
Not fitting?
It's not actually. Well, how is that possible? Oh, okay, I see. This already serves as the bottom of the piece. So that's, I thought there was space missing. So no, that actually works. Okay. And then you put the top of it like this. Okay, so I see what they've done. They've left two little holes when you build the top piece in order to put in the handle. Like, this is the first.
It's adult Legos.
This is the first time they're doing it, and this is the first time I'm doing it. The fit is not quite right. You're stretching out the handles just a little bit, but
it looks pretty good.
It does work. Now there is a little bit of integrity problem here because you're only doing 2 pegs, and so this kind of swings around a little bit if you want to be picky. So you would put maybe another peg here and another peg here so that it doesn't wobble. But it actually works. Boombox. You know?
Does its job.
It does its job. So boombox and box. US Army. This side up. I put that one on backwards. So that would I'm just gonna black these out so that people know. Black out all the insides and put art on only one side, and you know exactly how to build it. Okay. So the small one's a little harder to do, so let's do another small one. I think what I've learned from this is that I'm not gonna do small ones. In fact, this is the small one, and we go bigger on anything else. So that way you stay away from, you know, people complaining about, oh, it's too small. It's too small. It's too tiny. My fingers hurt or something like that. But this. So we got. Okay,
the top one is pretty scary.
Okay, I see what they've done here. It's a puzzle that loops around peg to hole, peg to hole. Okay, perfect. You got that. Now you've got kind of a 3 peg design. Let's see how that would fit in there. No, that doesn't work at all.
What'd you do?
I did it correctly, Joe, but the design does not fit because you see it's 3. Yep, we have an error. And this is too small. This is too small. I never asked for the green to be that small, so the box can be bigger.
So we just X those out.
Alright, so we figured out one non-working element in 3D terrain. Well, you were just enlarging them. U.S. Army. So if you could get
Feel the power of
this
Shao
right.
Kahn.
So this would be the bottom.
Turn up the mics.
Well, there you see Mike / Ox. If you take that blue level and turn it up, that would turn up the mics. So again, this is the same sort of puzzle over design, and I think it's not going to work because it actually puts it in a star pattern here. So maybe my,
Maybe that helps.
yeah, I don't know.
I'll look at chat.
There's no other way to build this, right, Joe? Do you see what I'm saying here? You see this sort of star pattern, right?
Oh, they're doing that thing again.
But then you see this, and that isn't built for that. So, they wasn't able to figure out this. Why are we getting that? I turned off notifications. I don't know how to stop it. Well, all right. Sorry, guys. I can't see your notifications or resubs. I apologize. I tried to temporarily stop them. Okay, so let's do it. This is the hardest.
Yep, no. Unless.
These, to me, already look a little too big, you know, but maybe they're going, okay, so then you pop out those, okay, so you've got one rack, you've got two racks, so that feels good. So these components are trash. You've got the rockets. Yeah, they actually didn't even do the logic test on it. Because look, they're supposed to be, that's why they printed so many, because they didn't understand what I was doing.
Here are the other rockets.
I
You're gonna need
need
these.
4 rockets in
That's
this.
1, 2, 3,
Three,
4.
four.
That's all these.
Right. So
Wait.
that's what they were doing. They printed a whole rocket rack for each rocket, even though you just needed 4 rockets in one rocket rack. But this is good to go through now, so we figure it out together. Again, unfortunately, this doesn't make sense to me because this is should be the easiest fit of them all. The easiest fit of them all. And it's loose. It's loose as hell. So we're going to need to either do the crooked design or ask them to go even smaller on those. Okay? So that is a missile, but it actually might matter a little less for this. Okay, so here are the wheels. Now, how does this go? So we got that. Yeah, okay. So they did the wheels upside down. Interesting. They want you to slot.
Something is whack.
They want you to slot that into that, and then slot. Yeah, see, the wheels are upside down, and that's why it's giving a little bit of trouble there. And then this goes here. We can put that there. Okay. And then you would put, but what? Okay, that's so that it goes out a little further so that the rockets can stick out. But yeah, this design isn't working as intended right now. Let's flip it around to see if maybe this is the back of the unit. Actually, it's kind of working a little bit better now. So yeah, okay, so that was the back of the unit. So I'm gonna need to label this a little bit different because for some reason, no, it actually should be the same thing. And it's almost as if this one needs glue. Okay, so then once you have a rocket done, how in
That's what I was-
God's name are you supposed to do this? Okay, gotcha. All right, so that is cool. You fit that through there, and you're good to go. Then you set up all your rockets first, and then you slot in the back. Oh, that's tight. Kids don't say tight anymore, right? What that's sick. That's sick. That's so sick. But then you have to slot that there. Okay. But again, because the rocket is loose, it doesn't really work because it'll fall out of the back gear, and this keeps coming off. Okay, but what is this then? Maybe this is the thing that gives it the added stability. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Here. Yeah, that is the added stability. So this is the rack. Gotcha. And then slide that in there. Puzzle piece there. Boom. We've got one wheel section. I'm going to come over here because the wheel is leaning. And put this into this and this into this, and we've got it, buddy. But why don't these two pieces connect?
There's not enough grip.
Yeah, there needs to
On the
be
bottom.
more grip. So, Joe, I'm actually thinking, what if this was just one big fucking rectangle with all the art on the outside? What do you think?
A little bit smaller, yes.
Smaller? Let me build this the way it's supposed to be built in this complex version. And then we'll kind of compare it. But no, I can already tell that this is too much work
Yes.
for your average board gamer who builds this. Now, there are complicated games like this. Bring out the Pony Express, or the Cold Express bottom shelf. Okay, so that's how it works. So it
You
looks
construct a whole
freaking impressive. This
train.
is Cold Express, and you construct the whole freaking train. And they're doing pretty much what I'm doing, but their build construction is smarter because they've really engineered it and took some time. Okay, so I see the difference in what they're doing is you just simply make this a single piece, and then you force these through. I'm kind of doing it backwards. It's difficult to explain, champ. But now seeing this, it actually makes a little more sense on how I can improve this design. But yeah, this needs a little bit more structural integrity. Problem one is this platform will sag because these two pieces
There's nothing.
These two pieces
Yeah.
just kind of slide against each other, so that platform will snag or sag. You need to make this all one piece. That's what does it. So you've got piece 1, front of rack, piece 2, back of rack, piece 3, this stability platform. 4, 5 are the wheels.
6, 7 rockets. 8, 9,
6,
10,
7,
11,
8, 9, 10,
12,
11, 12, 13. Rocket.
Oh god.
But it's looking cool. Joe, if you'll pop out the
other rockets?
yeah,
Yeah.
put this away. Woo. I'm more work than I thought, and
yeah.
a lot more complex than I thought. But we have a failure here in these tiny boxes are failures. You don't want to go any smaller than this boombox, and that's basically the smallest. I might want to make the boombox unnaturally big. Would you guys be okay with the boombox being a little bigger than this? I'm actually gonna look at chat for replies. See if all the rockets are the same design. Yeah, they are. Rockets look great. And if it plays music, great. Good, Dr. Evil. Thank. If it lights up, you guys are. I'm gonna punch you in the throat. These loose arrows. Loose. But I didn't do the logistics of how you would get this in here. I don't think this actually works, right? How do you get the bottom rockets in there? You'd have to be doing cardboard bending, which...
No.
Oh, no, because it actually comes all the way forward, and then it goes back, and then you're just putting an X back there. So what you would do is you'd maybe notch into the back some actual notch sides so that it just goes in to an X pattern rather than a hole. So that wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be right there. But what about this one? No, it's not as difficult because again, this has some play to it. Okay. And that play isn't necessarily bad play right there. So that, relatively super easy. Okay, it's just these rockets are too flimsy. But that actually freaking works, and that looks cool as hell, man.
Yeah, we just need to simplify that.
Yeah, we definitely need to do a different design on this. But making that work would be essential. Okay.
Well, that's cool.
Now, there's a second rack. Where's my second rack? There's supposed to be 2 of these. Do I not have those?
You have, you don't have any more missiles. What are you gonna
I
put
ain't got
on
no more missiles!
No.
They didn't give me more
They gave you enough for 1 rack.
Man, they got the numbers all wrong.
You can make the other stuff, but,
So, I guess that what I needed to actually do was make this, you know, understandable, right?
Yeah.
Because whoever was manufacturing that, whether in Colorado or China, didn't understand how to build it themselves. And that's fair because, you know, the instructions aren't on there. These are obviously all prototypes. Okay, so this I'm super happy with seeing the final design. However, it's structurally unsound. We need to redo it. But the idea is cool. I learned that these boxes are just far too small, and the design does not function on these 2 boxes. I don't even need to have boxes this small. Not even Crossmasters has boxes this small. This is the box of Crossmaster box. It's like about this size, but I don't want a tiny little box like this. I'd make it a little bit bigger. And then finally, the boombox, I think, although it looks crazy, it actually worked. We would just make the handle slightly wider, and then what I've seen people do is use glue. You might want to add 1 more tab to the bottom, right, so that it tabs in there and it doesn't wobble. But I think it's actually good for there. And then you can stick your boombox on top of the little crate. So Joe, I'm gonna have you build the rest of those crates.
the big ones, right?
The big ones.
Okay,
not the little ones.
good.
The little ones actually cannot be built. They do not have the correct structural integrity. So, yeah, let's keep going. I think I just noticed something big and huge.
What?
These are out of scale. That's out of scale.
Yeah, I thought as much because like
it's too big. Like I already wanted a little bit of scale difference between the terrain and the people. I didn't want the terrain to be 1-to-1 to the people, but this actually is oversized. I mean, actually, in real life, this is probably the actual size, you know, because rockets are that freaking huge if you've ever been on an aircraft carrier before. But for the purposes of the game, I think that's out of scale. Did he already paint the models? Seems like it'd take forever to paint all the guys. Zorro, welcome, sir. These are all pre-painted. Painted for you with some of the best paint jobs in the industry. Now you really need to see this. This is the way Zangief comes. What? Damn, dude, that's dedication. Thank you, man. Thank you. I'm giving you guys the best. This game is gonna be literally the best. I want it to just blow people away. You should see some of our minis, because this is a little bit of an older design, but it should impress you. All right, I'm gonna set this up while Joe does that. Move this. Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah. So I want linen finish, or I think I want gloss finish. I'll have to ask chat and see what finish they like better. Chat, here is gloss. Well, I don't want to show them the same. Show them the Dragon Ball Z map because they'll be like, that's better. Just because it's so bright, it's so colorful, it's so amazing looking. I need you to compare finishes to finishes. This is the matte finish. It doesn't shine, so there's less glare. However, I just don't think in final it looks as impressive as a gloss finish. Which, where's the airfield in the gloss finish?
Fudge.
You know, so this is a gloss finish, you know, and it shines and it just kind of makes things look a little bit brighter, more impressive. I want to try gloss with linen. See how that is. Gloss might be easier to clean. Alright, so, got them all done?
Ish.
Ish. Let me help you. There's not this many boxes, by the way. It's just that they sent us too many. Joe, and do you agree with me that it'd be way better if we just put black on one side so that people know exactly how to construct the boxes? Because I'm sure that we're about to construct a box slightly incorrectly.
Not mine.
Not yours? Yours are going to be perfect?
Yeah.
They better be.
They are.
We'll see. USA. Make sure that's not upside down.
Exactly, that's why I said.
Oh, crap.
Did you mess it up?
Yeah, I messed up one of my sides.
The all mine say up. In the right direction. And U.S. Army.
Nice. These are pretty easy to put together, honestly.
Yeah.
They look
well,
complex.
once you get the hang of it.
Once you get the hang of it, boom, you do it.
So I'm okay with a little bit bigger boxes. So.
Yeah, bigger boxes will make that even easier. You go ahead and hit that one.
Smaller missile rack.
Bigger boxes, smaller missile rack. Done. And we got to figure out that missile rack design. The correct way to do the missile rack design. USA.
It's Project Time with Joe and Joe.
Welcome to Arts and Crafts with Joe and Joe. Arts and crafts of our own design. Where's my top?
Done.
You're quick. Quicker than me. But that's good. It means that these are solid. These will be our small boxes, and we'll get one size that are bigger boxes. Perfect. Okay.
Do we have to disassemble everything at the end? You do not have to. Okay?
This is freaking sweet, Joe. She goes, ta 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 ta. Woo-hoo-hoo! Playing with toys, boy. How many do we have here? We got 6, 7, 8. Nice. Nah, there's not this many. And then that. And then this here middle rack. Alright, so let's look. Get that off the board. Okay, so the way this is supposed to go is, can you look for the older airfield design?
Yeah. Let me check on that side.
So this cart is no longer here. We got rid of the cart. And then I printed these on the map, but they would come off the map. So you'd have one there, one there, one there, there. At least that's what's printed here, but this is not correct. It's been changed since.
Bam.
Okay, so if you look at this, I was thinking that this would be out of scale, but it's in scale for 2 spaces. It fits perfectly within 2 spaces, but it fits snugly within 2 spaces, meaning you do have a little bit of room to make it a smaller missile rack. So 2 missile racks over here. I mean, this is crazy. This game is overproduced, which is what I wanted. Alright, so remove all these boxes, and let's see this older design with, or it's not the older design, it's the same design, just with the terrain not printed, but the symbols of where the terrain will go printed on there. Okay. We might want to drop the missile racks. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why do these squares look smaller? They are smaller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Is there another map?
8, 9. Yeah, this is a different. But let's just put these on for right now, because there is another map. And that's. Oh yeah, this is an old layout. Okay, it sort of looked like that. All right. But I think I want to get the art on these boxes done up in a different way to match even better. All right, so that one is an older one. Set that aside and see if you can't find a different.
It's none of those over there.
It's a shame that these palm trees. I don't want them. They do look impressive once you get them going.
These are all Mortal Kombat.
These are all ZBZ. It should be in that one. Those are all Mortal Kombat. We gotta get a post-it note and put a post-it note on.
Yeah, we do.
That is the Mortal Kombat stack. This is
Stuff
the Dragon Ball Z
everywhere.
stack.
Nope. Nope. Nope, not in here.
Those over there.
I already checked those. I got the other one.
There's no way. Maybe I've just been so used to this map now that it looks different.
Let me double check. Maybe we filed it wrong.
Okay, so there's a factory design. I think that's what's going on. What is it? Who matches up with this factory? Why there's just one factory?
Ugh.
You
Nope.
just went through all the maps. Okay, well, I just imagined a map and
You
on a
have
different
to.
side. Yeah, I think I'm getting so used now to looking at these maps with no edges that I'm thinking that there's another map that we don't have. All right, but anyway, so all right, well that's pretty much it for my little unboxing here. I turned this into the Balrog stage, which this would be reversed. You know, these would be back here. Those trees would be further up. But so overall, let's see. I'm happy with the casino things.
And the
I'm
crates.
happy with the palm trees. I do think they could be slightly smaller, but they need to fit snugly. That's the problem. Is they need to fit snug.
Fixed it.
What? How'd you fix it?
So guys,
Oh, I saw what you
whenever
did.
you pop
put a
out,
clip.
whenever you pop out the ones for the missile, use those for the palm trees.
You just used
Problem solved.
you injected you put like this here.
Yeah. Bam. Problem solved.
Shoot. And nobody will ever know.
See, you don't have to waste these
Wow.
pieces.
This is super stable now. You are quite creative, Joe. Maybe this would be the first solution in the industry on how to, until they can figure out how to make these fit snugger, because they actually can't, like the machine can't go
If they
any
can't
more,
do it,
any more snug. Then you put these little stoppers, right? Oh, it doesn't work for this design. This design is different for some reason. But no, I see the dang stopper in there. It doesn't look.
it's a
all
coconut.
right. Yeah. All right. So we got to figure out the palm trees. The boxes are of good size. This would be the small design. I'd want another box that's slightly bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I'll probably do up the artwork a little bit different on the two boxes. So we got that. This didn't work out because this puzzle function just doesn't. It eventually.
It didn't line up.
It
at
doesn't
all.
line up. Yeah. The missile rack though. The missile rack can be smaller, and I have to look at that Colt Express and really find a way to get that to work, or we just remove the missiles altogether.
That seems like a lot. I'm on the fence about it.
I'm on the fence about the missiles now.
Yeah.
I used to be like hardcore about the missiles. Was something I threw in a long time ago just because I thought it sounded cool, and remember because it will do 2 damage.
Yeah.
So if we charge 2, 1, 2, you get knocked into the box, you take 1 damage, and then let's say the attack also has knockback, then it's such a huge terrain piece for, once you hit it once, the whole thing disappears. And so that's 2 damage. So that would have been 3 damage off of that.
It just seems excessive to
It
me.
does seem excessive. Now here is for something as large as this, we might want to go 2D design. So the boxes can all be in 3D. The boombox is in 3D, but this in 2D. And the precedence is set for that.
I'm okay with that.
You're okay with that?
Yeah.
Number one, the precedence is set for that because give me the Zangief, the new Zangief design.
Should be in back of the one of them, right?
Yes, it's on the back of the Ryu.
I got it.
So lay out the Zangief. So you see, the Zangief actually has these sort of steel beams, but you can't really do steel beams in 3D terrain. You can make a box out of it, but and then even worse, barrels.
Those are hard.
You can't do no barrels in freaking 3D. I've tried so hard. The most clever design of all time is Crossmaster, and they got a tree trunk going. But I'll tell you, man, it took me forever to figure out how to put this together, and it was frustrating. But once you got it together, it feels really cool. And it's not quite structurally sound because the top piece keeps falling off.
Yeah.
And you see here, you only have these very, very small pegs to hold the top piece on there. And I don't actually see the top piece. So you could lose that pretty easy. So that you could do a barrel in this sort of star design, but it'd be hard to put together, and you would need these little clips. And it's like, how do you explain the barrel has those? I mean, you could do it. If you want a 3D barrel, you could do it. It would just have to have feet, and the feet would be black so that it would just fade into the thing. You can do a barrel. Should we do a barrel like that?
It seems like too much.
All right. Well, then in that case, the Zangief map actually has 2D terrain. It's the only map of the 4 that has 2D. I'm actually thinking about taking out the Zangief map, redesigning it, bringing it back later so that it can have, normal terrain. Because you kind of don't want to mess up the theme of the game where you got 3D terrain
and then,
or 2D. Yeah. 3D terrain, 2D. What? 3D terrain? But I thought 3D terrain.
Yeah, then no one's going to really want to play this.
I like Zangief. So
well, yeah, I
do
do like it, but
yeah, it's better to play on the 3D terrain ones. Okay, so I think we've decided. Let's pull out Zangief map from.
We're still working on it.
Still working on Zangief. See what we can do about that later, and I kind of want to see a barrel design though. I'll ask for a barrel design. See how that works. But my point was, there's a precedence for it in Street Fighter, but we're probably going to remove that, right? So now where is the precedence? Well, once you get to Dragon Ball Z, the 3D terrain sadly goes away. But it's replaced by destructible buildings. It's a different kind of thing. So here is a Dragon Ball Z map.
My fave.
Blood out, bro.
That looks good.
That looks good. That looks good as hell, man. So, got Piccolo versus Vegeta here. I don't know why they're over here. Piccolo's been over here. But, Vegeta's been over here too. But, so the thing with this now is that DBZ looks so much better. Yeah, I love colorful
color.
body. Look at chat just explode.
It's exactly what we said, dude.
All right. Well, what we need to do maybe is go with colorful boards. See if we can color those up even more. Because this just pops, man. This is just, I love it.
It's just the style of it, too.
Now, the way this works, guys, is these are little pieces of terrain, right? These are little, what do you call it? Pop-out cardboard counters. So when you hit that, you just remove that.
For an example.
Where?
One of those coins.
Oh, yeah. You just get a coin. So the 3D terrain, or the destructible terrain on this map is actually this. You can hit that, you can hit this rock, you can hit that rock, you can hit that rock. These small rocks, you know, they're just art. You can hit that rock. And you can actually hit turtle.
I was upset by that.
You can hit the
You
turtle.
can destroy the turtle. Why?
Well, that's because if you got villains on here, remember we have Raditz.
Evil bastard.
So you remember Raditz was over here when he got Gohan away from Goku, and so Piccolo's trying to protect Gohan. Raditz shows up, and of course Raditz doesn't give a crap if he slams you into the turtle. So yeah, so you can do that, and the house piece is actually one large piece. And when you take the house piece off, it reveals a broken inside Kame house with new artwork, exclusive artwork of like his TV and stuff like that. You know what? I'll probably have him have some on television. It'll be some girls.
Of course, you have to.
What are those
You
girls
have
called?
to.
Like Doki Doki or something like? I don't know. I don't even know what it is, but you got to. When Master Roshi, oh, and up on his table there'll be one magazine. To be a magazine. I'm gonna try to sneak that in there. We'll see. Because I love Master Roshi. What do you guys? So basically, you know, authentic battle damage. Yeah, you got it. You got it, guys. So that sets a precedent. Do we then carry that over into Street Fighter? I don't think so, because I think Street Fighter, its own unique thing is 3D terrain, and it should stay 3D terrain. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I think we've made our decision. We'll pull out the rockets. We'll probably sub in some more boxes for it, maybe. Or what we can actually do is a rectangle box that says explosives on it. It's labeled explosives. It has that little triangle danger warning sign. If we wanted to keep that design, we can definitely do that. And imagine these double wide is a lot easier to build. Too. So, woo,
Quick fix.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of terrain. 7 if you include the house. But the thing is, I've always wanted to do this. We'll have to be doing some more play testing. But what happens when you hit the house? So the first time I hit the house, I'm going to do a knockback. This character gets to choose when you're on a diagonal like this, which space you knock them back into. Well, either space is going to knock them into the house. So, boom, house destroyed. You replace this with the new, you know, piece of artwork, whatever it looks like, right? Or you lift it off and the broken one is under, right? And then, in this case, so he's in it. It doesn't do any more damage. But what happens then when we go like this? So it's his turn after he just did that with a beam. And he goes 1, 2, 3. And, you know, fires into him. They fight a little bit. But now it's this situation. And he goes back into the house, the broken terrain. So my idea, well, the house, there's idea 1. The house is already broken, no damage. The first person to break the house takes the damage, and that's it. It's literally just one huge token. Another idea would be the second, when you enter this, it is sort of, what would you call
Sectioned off?
hazard terrain is what you would
Okay.
call it. So there would be, you know, there's a little art of the rhubarb and the, you know, barbed wire, you know, rocks and rubble that can kind of hurt you if you keep going into it. So any subsequent time you are forced into the terrain, if you're ever involuntarily forced into it, you take damage. If you step in there on your own, that's allowed and you won't take damage because it's sort of you just walking over the table. But if you're forced into it, you take damage. So we'll have to do that in playtesting to see which way. Which way would you want, chat? What do you think? I would get the game
say
just
multiple
because of those miniatures, to be honest. Thank you very much.
I say multiple use of the house. As a just
Multiple uses of the house
Yeah.
instead of just one? That's Joe's vote. What's y'all's vote?
one and done. You think so? But it's just a waste of a.
Hazard. 3 damage from breaking the house the first time. 1 damage when it's broken already. Woo! I like that start play finish. That's cool. The first time, it's like that first strike. You know, when Raditz hits, oh, we can simulate one of the battles right now.
Krillin.
You know what's crazy? I'm actually gonna show you guys how dedicated I am to this. to this DBZ game. Look at this. Okay. Does anybody remember? I think it's episode 2 or 3. Here's Raditz's deck. Now this is a prototype deck, so keep that in mind that the art is not final. It's just we don't put any art on it because why waste a bunch of printer ink?
Mm-hmm.
What's that say? Tail attack, and it's got knockback on there. So what would happen is, boom, tail attack, knockback into the house for 3 damage. And guess what? Krillin is inside the house like that. Exactly from the anime, dude. Am I not a huge DBZ fan? I made sure that that would happen. So guys, this is the hands down coolest Dragon Ball Z physical game ever made. It's better than any card game out there, better than any board game out there.
Multiple ones.
There's not a whole lot of Dragon Ball Z board games. There's like Dragon Ball Z Monopoly. It's like what?
Doesn't count.
What? No. You know what I mean? So, using the actual lore, yes, correct. All right. So, get these guys out of the way for right now. And just because y'all have, you know, been so cool to come and watch this, I'll show you a Mortal Kombat map.
Oh,
but there are unique challenges. You know what I'm saying? I won't say anything. I'll see your reaction. Okay. I'm gonna show you the best, one of the best ones.
It's over here.
No one?
Yeah, these. Which one? That one's too dark.
See, here's the issue. These look really good because they're bright and colorful, but bright and colorful is not appropriate for Mortal Kombat.
No.
So what you
dark is too dark.
Okay, y'all ready for this? This is literally one of the coolest maps that I've made. Boom. Shao Kahn's throne room. You got Shao Kahn's throne right here. You got some fire hazards. Now, Mortal Kombat has its own unique things. If you look here, this is a hazard space. You could get knocked in the fire. You take damage continually while you stay in that space.
Oh, yeah.
That is a unique thing to Mortal Kombat. You got this over here. This is Shao Kahn's personal pet. Swipe at you and cut you.
Taking some more damage there.
Nice, Joe. Love it. Damn, boom. All right, man. Y'all are making me feel good. You got some bones over here. These are bone piles. This would be, again, removable terrain. So some of these would be like this. And that's a destructible terrain right there. Those 4 pieces. But we were talking, and then we have actually 4 pillars. We were talking about potentially reducing that to 3 pillars. Taking these candles out, because notice how the candle art actually goes through 2 spaces. So when you remove the token, it can't just be a simple thing. It would have to be a rectangle, and you remove it, and it would just interact with that space. But that's slightly awkward. So maybe just 3 pillars, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. And remember, the pillars are impassable terrain. You can't actually. So you've created, you know, a ton of walls on the map where Shao Kahn can knock you around. But I actually kind of like it with 4 pillars. I think I'll just remove this art or change the art to where these fire stick candles stand a little taller without going into the next square. But yeah, so as you can see, I don't want to show you any of the other Mortal Kombat ones, but this is Mortal Kombat, and it's dark, but so is Mortal Kombat, and it shouldn't be like this. It shouldn't look like this.
No.
Okay. So as long as y'all agree with me that it shouldn't look like that.
Not at all.
Alright, but yeah, I can't wait. I just literally cannot wait. So, alright, anyways. Thank you guys so much for dropping by. I'm probably going to give myself something to eat. And then what we're going to do is we're going to play a little bit of Rambo. Joe, can you bring that Rambo box over here? Our buddy at Everything Epic, Chris, sent us a preview copy of Rambo the board game. And you guys know how me and Joe did a little thing for Rambo the video game. Now, this Rambo the board game is actually available right now on Kickstarter. If you just go and Google search Rambo the board game, it's on Kickstarter right now. It's got 2 days left, less than 2 days to back it. If it looks interesting, if it looks like something that you want to do, then check it out. I'd recommend it. It's by one of our buddies, and yeah, give it a look. See, it's odd because the license is like, damn man, this is 30 years old. What the hell? That's what I said in the video game when the video came out. I was like, so was he inspired by the Angry Joe show doing a review?
He's like, I can do
it?
something better.
I can do a Rambo game, and maybe Joe would like it more or something. I don't know. What is the rebirth of Rambo? I don't understand why.
He's a badass, all right?
Okay, well, he's a man, not a god. We'll see if in this game Joe is a god, not a man. All right. So we'll play that either later on tonight, maybe in an hour at the latest. I'm just super hungry. I'm just going to go get something to eat. Okay, guys? Thank you so much for dropping by.
Checking out a little project.
Yeah. All right, guys. See y'all next, or in an hour. And thank you to everybody who subscribed and donated. I can't really tell who it is because I'm not signed in over here. But hopefully I can give you some thanks on the next stream. If you donated or if you subbed, resub to the channel, thank you so much. Hit that follow button if you haven't already, and we'll see you on the next. We'll see you in an hour.